Well, pay attention, boys and girls, this is very important. Make sure you listen to the end. On September 28th, 2022, Azerbaijan has once again broken the ceasefire on Armenia's eastern border. As a result of Azerbaijan's provocations, 3 Armenian servicemen have been reported killed. This comes days after Aliyev supposedly held peace talks through mediators from America and France. Aliyev continues to spit on their faces and show the world as long as you provide oil and gas to the West, you can commit any war crime you desire. This attack also comes one day after Aliyev was in his new acquired occupied territories of Artsakh, Nagorno-karabakh, where he insisted on claiming Armenian lands as his own and referred to Armenia as his enemy over 9 times. Aliyev and Erdogan don't want peace, they want war. They want to completely annihilate Armenia. Mortars and large caliber weapons were used by the aggressive Azeris side, and they have also continued shelling in the Armenian town of Jermuk. This isn't only about a corridor that Aliyev and Erdogan so desperately want, so they can connect their 2 butt-buddy countries together. But even if it was, imagine if France tells Spain they want a corridor to go through the middle of Spain so they can reach Portugal easier. And not just that, they aren't going to pay you a dime for it, and they also want to own the corridor as well as all the land around it. Absurd. Turkey wants to control all transit from Asia to Europe, and if this happens, it's going to be a catastrophe for the world. Aliyev and Erdogan have their delusional fantasies about rebuilding the Ottoman Empire and fulfilling their genocidal ancestors' wet dreams, the complete annihilation of Armenia. Our Armenian soldiers are fighting strong and defending Armenia as heroically as possible. However, we are unarmed and need security assistance immediately. America, France, and Iran have all showed support for Armenia, but this support has only been in the form of words. We need weapons and we need them immediately, as Aliyev has already stated that, quote, "No calls, no statements will stop me," unquote. Aliyev and Erdogan are terrorists and war criminals, as well as cancers to the region. Aliyev will again lose thousands of his soldiers as the Armenian army will defend its soil to the end. This makes no difference to Aliyev. His soldiers are disposable. Similar to the playbook of Hitler, Azerbaijan and Aliyev have a long history of blaming the other side of the same crimes they commit. For example, today, they blame the Armenian side of breaking the ceasefire when they in fact violated it. Ilyusha Aliyeva was always a disappointment to his father. And that's why this insecure man feels like he needs to attack Armenia every chance he gets. Erdogan plays the role as Aliyeva's new daddy, and Aliyeva just wants to make his new daddy proud. Erdogan and his cheeky-faced wife make jokes about Armenian prisoners of war. They laugh about it while the citizens of their countries live on the streets like dogs. Well, pay attention, boys and girls, this is very important. Make sure you listen to the end. On September 26, 2022, Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan stated through his social media pages that it's necessary to sign a peace treaty with Azerbaijan. The peace treaty will be about mutual recognition of Azerbaijan's borders, essentially completely cutting off Artsakh from Armenia. Nikol Pashinyan states that this is necessary for peace in the region and there is no other alternative. What Pashinyan doesn't understand, or maybe he does and he's complicit, is that Aliyev, along with Turkey, won't stop in just Nagorno-Karabakh. They will keep coming and coming, kilometer by kilometer, until there is no Armenia left. The world, and especially aggressive countries like Azerbaijan and Turkey, don't respect any peace treaties. The only thing Aliyev and Erdogan understand are power and a strong military along with actions. Nikol doesn't have the authority to give away any land, and regardless if he signs or not, the Armenians of Artsakh won't leave their homes just because Pashinyan signed a piece of paper. However, what this will ultimately do is drive all peacekeepers out of the region, essentially leaving the Armenians of Artsakh completely isolated. This will leave the Armenians in the region 2 options: to leave their native lands immediately, or to be subjected to torture, mutilation, and beheadings by the Azeri army. The Azeri army never stopped attacking Armenians in Artsakh regardless of signing the initial peace treaty, which stated that both sides will end all hostilities immediately. Aliyev and Erdogan are bloodthirsty and drunk on power. Their drones and oil money have made them believe they're untouchable. Aliyev will only want more and more, and he's already teaching the children of Azerbaijan through state-sponsored educational programs that the capital of Armenia, Yerevan, belongs to Azerbaijan. even though Azerbaijan is barely a 100-year-old country. The state-sponsored hate towards Armenia being taught to the Azeris school children is something I've never seen before. It resembles Nazi Germany, but in my opinion much worse. Aliyev and Erdogan want Armenia. They want all of it, not just Artsakh. The only way to protect Armenia is to 100% militarize. However, this is difficult to do without any proper leadership or weapons for our army. The United States has announced that they are considering selling weapons to Armenia, but this can be a long process which ultimately can lead to nothing. With these new American high-tech modern weapons, Armenia can better protect itself from its aggressive neighbors. Regardless if America arms Armenia or not, it must be done sooner than later, as Aliyev and Erdogan are waiting on our borders to terrorize and steal Armenia. Azerbaijan likes to pretend like they have a mighty army, but they really don't. They have an army full of terrorists, and all they do is send drones. One Armenian soldier is worth 50 Azeri soldiers, and that's been proven on the battlefield. If Azerbaijan didn't have full support by a NATO superpower like Turkey, they would never even think about attacking Armenia. Turkey is directly involved in this war, but we're not here for what ifs. 2 years ago, on September 27, 2020, Azerbaijan, along with Turkey, launched a massive bloody war against the peaceful Armenian population of Artsakh and nagorno-karabakh. Our heroic army handed the invading army thousands and thousands of losses. Unfortunately, the Armenian side also had over 5,000 martyrs. We remember them today, and also remember that the 44-day war never ended. Make no mistake about it, Azerbaijan and Turkey won't rest until Armenia is annihilated. The fight for survival began in 1915 and it continues to this day.